The movie begins with Mia waiting for a train, while a reflective poem is narrated in the background, setting a contemplative mood. She boards the train and eventually arrives at her apartment. Upon entering, she finds Max waiting for her with a box. He explained that he didn't want to leave it in the hall due to potential risks.
They have a duty to pass on effects to the next of kin.
Mia is confused about the box's origin, and Max clarifies that it contains her mother's belongings from the hospice, which have been passed on to her as the next of kin. Max leaves Mia with the box, saying he has work to do. Mia opens the box and finds it filled with musical items. She puts on a record and plays it, but the music saddens her, so she leaves the house. As she was leaving, she accidentally stumbled upon an elderly woman who was getting into the building. Mia apologized and kept going. After work, she returns home and sees shredded photographs raining from above. Suddenly, an elderly woman falls from upstairs, committing suicide. Shaken, Mia goes inside and tells Max about the incident. She is confused and distressed, mentioning that despite living there all her life, this morning was the first time she saw the woman, and now she was dead. Max suggests that due to her busy and irregular work hours, she might have missed noticing things before. Mia, still distressed, feels the need to go upstairs.
I need to go upstairs.
Once at home, Mia tries to piece together some of the shredded photos she brought with her. In one of the photos, she sees a young man. Mia then goes to Harmony, a pub, where a man greets her warmly and offers her coffee. He recognizes her and reminisces about her, calling her as gorgeous as ever. She asks if he has seen Ludwig lately, and the man responds by asking when she last saw him. Mia replies that it was 8 years ago, to which the man remarks that Ludwig seemed to have disappeared off the face of the earth. He reminds Mia of how Ludwig hurt her repeatedly, yet she always returned to him.
Every time he hurt you, you'd cry on my shoulder.
Mia shifts the conversation to the old woman in her building who jumped out the window that morning. When the man asks if she knows the woman well, Mia explains that she doesn't know her at all, but reveals that the woman knows Ludwig and has a photo that Buddy took 10 years ago. The man is surprised, and Mia asks if he has given the photo to anyone else. Buddy clarifies that the photo was meant for her.
Did you give it to anyone else?
It was for you.
Mia returns to her apartment and talks to Max. She dismisses his mention of the radiator, instead asking about the old woman upstairs. Max explains that the woman kept to herself, rarely went out, often forgot her key and even her name, and had no friends or family. Mia expresses a desire to look at the woman's apartment, but Max is reluctant, saying there is nothing to see and that the apartment is just like Mia's. Mia insists, promising to be quick. Max eventually agrees, though he believes it won't do her any good. Max took Mia to the old woman's apartment and warned her not to touch anything inside.
You can't touch anything inside, nothing.
I swear.
Once inside, Mia began looking around the apartment. She noticed photographs hanging on the wall and a prescription with her name on it. She then found a letter addressed to her and quickly left the apartment, taking the letter with her. Downstairs, Mia confronts Max, asking why her belongings, pictures, letters addressed to her, and other personal items are in the old woman's flat. Max reminds her of a promise she made, but Mia insists that those items belong to her. She points out that her name is on them and accuses Max of making a mistake. Max explains that things are out of place, indicating that time itself is disrupted and must be corrected.
Time is out of joint. You have to put it back.
They get into the elevator, and Mia questions if they are going down. Max cryptically mentions that the lift has a mind of its own. When she asks where they are going, Max tells her she will have to wait and see. The elevator stops, and Mia realizes they are on the wrong floor. She got out of the elevator alone, and Max went back. On the floor, Mia saw a man who greeted her, mentioning that someone had been holding off and that she had left. He remarked that she looked familiar and noted that they had met before, asking for her name. Mia explained that she was on the wrong floor and lived upstairs. The man introduced himself as Ludwig. Ludwig then went inside his apartment, and Mia watched from the door. Inside, he began talking with a woman. To Mia's shock, she realized the woman was herself, and Ludwig was also calling her Mia. She continued watching as they started kissing and making love. Ludwig then told the other Mia that he needed a fresh start and had to get back to the music, insisting that he was doing it for both of them. The other Mia, skeptical and emotional, asked if he was coming back, to which Ludwig assured her that he was. She expressed her distrust, but Ludwig tried to comfort her, calling her Angel and promising to return before she knew it.
I'll be back before you know it, I promise.
He then left the apartment. Mia, who had been watching, quickly hid as Ludwig passed by. After he was gone, she sat on the stairs, holding a cat. Max found her there and noticed she was still holding the letter. He asked why she didn't put it back, and she explained she didn't have a chance. Max pointed out that the cat shouldn't be there and noted that everything was out of place. Mia, feeling overwhelmed, expressed her desire to go home. Mia then went back and saw herself and Ludwig in the bathroom, laughing and having fun. She picked up a watch on the ground and hid in the closet. Suddenly, Ludwig asked the other Mia for his watch back. When she said she didn't take it, he screamed at her. He then tied her hands to the bed and left as she screamed, "I hate you." The original Mia watched this scene unfold, crying as she saw her past self in such a distressing situation. Ludwig returned with breakfast, cheerfully telling the other Mia to rise and shine as her breakfast was served. She expressed that he had hurt her, to which he responded that she loved it and wouldn't have it any other way, claiming to know her better than she knew herself. When she asked him to untie her, he refused until she had some breakfast. He then asked if she remembered where she put his watch, emphasizing its sentimental value because it was a gift from Stella on their wedding anniversary. The other Mia insisted she didn't take the watch and expressed that she didn't want to hear about his wife. Ludwig reminded her of their passionate encounter the previous night in the cellar, though he admitted thinking about someone else during it. When Mia asked who, Ludwig responded insultingly, saying it was obvious. He untied her, professing his love and comparing their bond to that of Siamese twins, insisting they would always be together no matter what. He then instructed her to be at the restaurant by 5 and not to be late. After Ludwig and the other Mia left, Mia emerged from the closet and lay on the bed. Later, she went to a restaurant where she saw Ludwig. She introduced herself and his wife, Stella, mentioned she was there for a job. Mia then took out the watch and gave it to Stella, revealing that Ludwig was cheating on her. Enraged, Stella walked away, ignoring anything Ludwig had to say.
I'm done with you.
Ludwig then called the other Mia. He yelled that he had given her a job, treated her nicely, and kept her working despite customer complaints. He accused her of stealing his watch and sending her friend to embarrass and blackmail him. He harshly told her that he would never choose her over Stella or the restaurant, declaring it was over and ordering her to leave. As Mia walked outside, the other Mia confronted her, demanding to know why she had done this. Mia began telling her things about herself to make her recognize the connection. They sat at a coffee table, and Mia advised her to let go of Ludwig, warning that staying with him would completely ruin her life. The other Mia, distressed, went back to the restaurant. Buddy intercepted her, warning that she needed to leave before Stella saw her. She insisted she needed to see Ludwig, explaining that the woman she met knew things about her that no one else did. Buddy tried to reassure her, saying he had already spoken to Ludwig, who understood it was a misunderstanding and that the woman had nothing to do with her. He urged her to go home. Mia went home and found Ludwig sitting in her apartment. He spoke about meeting someone for the first time and feeling an instant, deep connection as if they had always been a part of each other. He asked if she had ever felt that way, to which she replied she had not. Ludwig remarked that such moments make life worth living, then moved closer and began kissing her. As they kissed, the other Mia arrived, saw them, and ran out of the apartment. Mia followed her and saw the other Mia get hit by a car. The next day, Max was showing Mia's apartment to potential tenants. Mia told him the apartment wasn't for rent because she was still there. Max responded that she was not, explaining that she had been hit by a car. Mia then took the no service sign off the elevator and went downstairs, where she found her mother from the past. She asked her mother if she knew where Mia was. Her mother explained that Mia was always running around and avoided spending time at home since her father's death, even on her birthday. She mentioned that it was Mia's 18th birthday. When Mia's mother asked if she knew her daughter, Mia replied that she had to go. The 18-year-old Mia left the restaurant with Buddy after saying goodbye to Stella and Ludwig. She returned to retrieve her forgotten handbag and found Ludwig alone. Ludwig, informed by Buddy about her birthday, asked her what her birthday wish was. Mia asked him to play trumpets for her, and as she did, Mia from the future rushed to Harmony to stop what was happening. However, by the time she arrived, the young Mia was already kissing Ludwig. Desperate, Mia went back to Max and begged him to take her to the time when the family photo was taken, the day before her 10th birthday. She explained it was when her parents took her to a park. Max agreed, and Mia found herself in the past. She greeted her parents and the young Mia, taking their picture together.
Ready?
She then followed them to the park and approached the young Mia, who was listening to a clown playing a trumpet. Mia attempted to get her away from the clown, but her parents intervened. Young Mia expressed her desire to have the clown at her birthday party, and her father, Doug, invited the clown, who agreed to come. After the family left, Mia told the clown Ludwig that she wanted to talk to him. They went to the pub, Harmony, but Stella refused to serve them drinks, so they left. Outside the pub, they were attacked by 2 gangsters to whom Ludwig owed money. Ludwig gave them his trumpet, claiming it was valuable, and they let him go. Once they were safe, Mia handed Ludwig a bundle of money, convincing him to go to America.
Thank you so much.
Ludwig accepted the money with gratitude and left. Mia attended young Mia's 10th birthday party, bringing the family photo as a gift. She went to the kitchen to help the mother, Doris, who expressed her frustration with her family, venting about everything.
The key to happiness in life is not having what you want,
Mia then called young Mia to let her know her birthday cake was ready. Despite Mia's attempts to keep him away, Ludwig arrived at the house dressed as a clown. Inside, Ludwig flirted with Doris and started dancing with her. As they danced, they began kissing. Doug walked into the kitchen and saw them together. Enraged, Doug grabbed a gun and pointed it at Ludwig, shooting him in the arm. Ludwig fled the house. Mia took the gun and left with young Mia. As the police arrived, Mia rushed to the elevator, leaving young Mia behind.
This is your last trip.
The elevator took Mia all the way downstairs, this time showing her Doug and Doris moving into the apartment for the first time, with Doris pregnant. Doug accidentally hit Mia on the head, and they got to the apartment to see if she was okay. Doris started smoking weed, even though Mia told her she shouldn't smoke while pregnant. Mia saw Ludwig's jazz trumpet in a display. Doris suggested they go to Harmony to see Ludwig play, despite Mia's attempts to dissuade her. Doris insisted, so the three of them went to the club. Ludwig played the trumpet, captivating the audience. After his performance, Doris approached Ludwig and told him she wanted to talk. As they conversed, Mia was shocked to discover the truth. Doris was having an affair with Ludwig, and he was Mia's biological father. The revelation was overwhelming for Mia. Suddenly, Doris went into labor.
I've got you.
Mia went back to the pub and saw Ludwig singing. Overcome with emotion, she approached him on stage, crying. She told him she came to say goodbye and that she knew he would never get near her again. In a dramatic turn, she took out a gun and shot him in the abdomen before fleeing the pub. Later, Mia visited baby Mia in the hospital, reflecting on the complex and painful revelations. She then returned to the flat and spoke with Max, asking about the old woman who had lived upstairs. Max claimed he did not know such a person and handed her a box containing Doris's personal belongings from her final moments.
Have you decided what you're going to do with it?
In the present day, Mia took the box to her mother's grave. Feeling a sense of closure and relief, she left the graveyard, ready to move forward and live her own life. And with that, the movie ends. We hope you enjoyed our video. Watch the next recaps on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing recaps. See you in the next one.